The people's car delivering the people's rifle. We have the first UK review of the Mauser M18. From green bugs to green muzzle energy, Roy tests alternative ammo on deer. Plus we have a plan to stop the Cecil the Lions and the Exmoor Emperors from spoiling our sport. And to fund it, we're selling shares in Fieldsports Channel. Find out more later in the show. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain.
I had one of these for 8 years at university, loved it. Just loved the simplicity of the whole thing, the shape of it. You know exactly what you're getting. Look at the dash, it's flat. Everything is just kind of pull, twist, functional. It's just so bland. There's no frills, there's no extras. It is what it says on the can in some ways. They were built for the everyday person in Germany. And that's basically what the Mauser 18 is all about. You just turn the key, and off you go. Simple as that. We've got this rifle, this Mauser M18. It's meant to be boring, it's meant to be simple, no thrills. But at the end of the day, can it shoot? What Mauser was saying is their roots from the old M98, from the war, it was built for simplicity. So therefore, the M18 is all about that simplicity. So does it really work? I've got no idea. So we get out on the range here, do an accuracy test and see how simple it really is. Does it absolutely perform? That's the $1,000 question. We've got some winter ammunition, 95 grain I think it is, but we haven't got a bipod. I'm shooting off the high seat. The high seat's wobbly, as most high seats are, so actually it's a proper true test. So whilst I'm not expecting kind of sub MOA, I'm expecting about an inch and a half, only because I haven't really got a particularly stable platform. There's no sandbags on my simulated high seat, so hey, it's a proper test of a rifle. If we get an inch and a half-ish, I'll be very happy off that, so let's see how we get on. Okay, I'm quite impressed actually, because I was wobbling quite a bit. This is for an old high seat. I think we got around about an inch, just over an inch grouping. So I'm very impressed with that. I haven't got anything solid, I haven't got a bag or rest to rest on. So it's a typical kind of high seat shot. So yeah, at the moment, I'm quite impressed. Well, each large square is an inch. From the centre of that hole to the centre of the bottom hole there, we are probably talking about 3/4 of an inch, so 3/4 MOA. Good start. Well, we saw the Beetle, functional, no frills and spills. Perhaps this is what we've got here, the Mauser M18. That's what they're telling me. It's a bit more to it than that, I can assure you. But anyway, this is the first time I've actually handled the M18, so straight off, I suppose, straight from the front. Barrel, it's got a nice, I think this is a 243, so it's about a 22-inch barrel. Nice deep bluing, it's finished off very nicely. So the stock, we've got quite a rigid stock here. The fore end, you know, it's pretty rigid, so I'm really pleased with that, so that's a good sign. Unusually, we've got this removable kind of recoil pad, butt pad. You can stick things in there, I think you can put your pull through in there, so it's quite unusual, but it's a bit of maybe a gimmick to some, but actually it's quite useful. The most important thing is, it's not that hollow. It's actually very, very tough. So therefore, it's telling me this is actually not a bad quality synthetic stock. The other thing is it's got these soft inlays. I don't know how Mauser done it, but they definitely make it a lot more grippable. So you've got around the pistol grip here and around the fore end. So it just makes it kind of, it feels right, you know. That's not bad at all. Moving on, the magazine. Well, it's got a double stack magazine, which is quite nice. So it's very easy to load. I think it holds 5 rounds for the 243. It's very simple. It's a plastic magazine. Nothing wrong with that. It's let's say it's very, very simple, I suppose. Let's see how well it feeds. Wow. It's quite very smooth. It's quite a tight bolt which actually runs the full length of its travel quite smoothly. It feeds beautifully well. I quite like the handle actually. It's not long, it's not short, but it feels just right. It's got a 3 lugged bolt, which gives it a 60-degree throw, which is quite nice. If you've got a 2 lug bolt, it's 90. If it's 60, if it's 3 lug bolt, it's a 60-degree throw. So it's actually quite compact. So not bad for a supposedly budget Mauser rifle. Moving on to the safety, it's got a 3-position safety. The more I handle it, the more I'm going, actually, I can feel that Mauser quality perhaps. You know, at £940 retail, some say there's a lot more than, let's say, the cheaper American rifles perhaps. But actually this is pitching itself right in the kind of the Tikka market and the very, very, probably not quite in the Seiko, but it's a real competitor to maybe the Tikka. But the thing about it is the stock. I do really like this stock. So as a functional, practical rifle, I think perhaps the M18's nailed it. I can't see any problems with it at the moment. I can't see any weaknesses. I like the barrel, and I think the whole thing's actually kind of, you go out there and hunt with it, and that's what we want to do with these rifles. You know, accuracy is very important, but it shoots 3/4 MOA off that. Last thing, Mauser told me that they're going to do a combo deal, which is kind of, everybody's having combos nowadays. And their combination deal is going to be a Barton Gunworks moderator, a Minot scope and the mounts, and the M18 rifle for under £2,000. That's offering great value for money. So we've got the Volkswagen Beetle, the people's car. Mauser want to see this as the people's rifle. I think they probably nailed it.
Thank you, Tim. He does like a hat. And you'll be able to see more of the Mauser M18 on the Blaser sporting stand at the British Shooting Show. Now from headgear to nut jobs, it's David on the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. Former England cricketer Sir Ian Botham has had a good idea. He suggests gamekeepers should be put in charge of bird charity RSPB's reserves to protect highly endangered hen harriers from the risk of extinction. The pro-shooting campaigner says the RSPB's approach to predator control is affecting the birds' survival rates. He claims that gamekeepers, often held up to be partly responsible for falling numbers of hen harriers because of intense moorland management, would do a better job. The government has ruled against air guns as a form of squirrel control. Despite air gunners' success ridding the island of Anglesey from grey squirrels, the government's Forestry Commission has ruled that air rifles are not an effective or humane form of control. The European Squirrel Initiative criticises the Forestry Commission, saying the use of air guns is a landscape-scale approach and has overwhelming public support. The Irish Independent newspaper is trying to marginalise Irish hunting hotels. It prints a press release from the Irish Council Against Blood Sports listing the hotels, including Flower Hill in Ballinasloe, County Galway, filmed here, Dunraven Arms in Adair, County Limerick, and the Slieve Ochty Centre in Lochray, County Galway. Happily, the hotels report a busy hunting season, which lasts in Ireland from October until early March. With tens of thousands of young Germans passing their hunting exams every year, a German organisation has published a report into what's bringing them to the sport. According to DJV, 77% called the hunting exam a green high school diploma. More than half of the respondents want to make a contribution to applied nature conservation. Then comes the joy of hunting practice at 50%. Only 6% of respondents gave an interest in guns as a motive. There's a new game meets survey. Following reports that some shoots are finding marketing shot game more challenging this season, estate agent Savills and the Countryside Alliance are conducting a short survey to gather the experiences of shoots. The anonymous information will be used to help develop options and best practice for the shooting community. It should take less than 5 minutes. The Rothschild family has sold a hunting estate for a rumoured £70 million. Rothschild heirs Nancy Clarice Tilgman and Geoffrey R. Hoggaway sold the 13,000 Landgau estate in Austria. It's sold to Austrian entrepreneurial family, the Prinzhorns. And finally, if you're coming to the British Shooting Show this weekend, we have a stand, so come and say hello. Find us at B5, where we'll have merchandise to sell, shares to sell, and a shooting industry jumble sale to raise money for a good cause. See you there. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.
Thank you, David. And as he mentioned, we're taking our first ever stand at the British Shooting Show, where we'll be selling merchandise, shares, jumble for a good cause. Yes, I did say shares. More of that after this from Roy.
Roy's in a rush. Spring is just around the corner and he has bird breeding to prepare for. Nice hat. But before he gets covered in bird juices, he wants to show that lead-free ammo is the future, for him at least.
We're back trying to pick up a fallow day, just to fill the freezers before the end of the season or when I stop them, and I don't like going on too much past sort of mid-February. But one of the main reasons I've come out tonight is we've reloaded some of the lead-free Fox bullets, and I've loaded this into the 6.5 by 47. We have had some brilliant performance with these rounds when I've been using them with my general day-to-day culling, but obviously we've got nothing on film, so I'm really keen to try and get out tonight, and as I say, take a doe or two with them. It's been a very, very crisp, cold day today, and I'm hoping that the deer are going to be feeding out early evening and going to be coming out into the fields. Everything feels good. So just creeping down again, I've just spotted the white doe. We've got no shot here because there's just too many branches in the way, so we're just going to have to try and creep round, get through the briar that we've got in front of us here and just try and get down so we can get a clear shot, and hopefully we'll be able to do it relatively quietly. 1 foot in front of the other, David, very softly. We've got the white doe just on the left here that's just slightly obscured. As I say, I don't want to shoot her. There's a pricket and 3 more does just to the left of her in the woods that are just slightly obscured from us at the moment. I'm hoping she's going to feed across out to the evening grazing and hopefully pull those across with us. We've got a nice little gap there which should give us a good shooting window with no obstruction, so I'm hoping if they come across there we'll get the shot. It's so frustrating. We've now got a group of deer moving out behind us. The wind is just changing on us every now and again. Then the buck that's about 40 or 50 yards to our left has picked up something and he's not shifting, but we can't move. We're just locked down. If we move forward, it's just going to lift everything. that happened a little bit fast and furious. So we've been waiting there a long time. The wind change a few times going through. We had that 3-year-old buck over to our left with another little pricket in there with him, and then this group feeding out. And then that buck spooked because our wind changed. He came forward, and then this lot got jumpy and came out. And then we only had a very small window to shoot through because we had a lot of foliage in front of us, so we had to shoot through the window to try and get the shot on. We'll open him up and have a look and see what's happened. We've gone in here, the hydrostatic shock of the bullet has done its job as it's gone through. We've destroyed the sternum, the lower part of the sternum here, but the most important thing is to open it up and see what's happened to the heart. So we'll just cut in here and see what we've got going on. Like that, and there we go. So it has cleaved the heart open absolutely perfectly. So we've got a fantastic deformation of the round. It's gone in, opened up, and completely cleaved the heart in two. What I do prefer to do, if we can, is just shoot an extra couple of inches up so you can see what the bullet's struck and gone through there. But I prefer to shoot just at the top of the heart, just at the ventricle area, and then that absolutely destroys any blood flow and tends to stop them that little bit quicker. But as I say, we've got no problem with that. It has gone in and done its job absolutely perfectly, as I say, even though we were just a little bit on the low side.
Roy has shot more than a dozen other deer with the Fox ammo. And that's Fox as in brand name, not ammo meant for foxes.
From a stalking point of view, from a conservation point of view, from conservation standpoint, now we're getting these rounds coming available to us that offer us the opportunity, then I can't understand why we don't start using them.
Anyway, Roy has made his point, and he can now start building his nests with a cleaner and greener conscience.
Thank you, Roy. Next up, it's time we hit the antes harder online. We have a plan. Willkommen, bienvenue and welcome. Later we're in Wales after snipe.
Very large following also in Africa.
Nice one,
We shoot about 20 to 30 foxes a year without them doing work.
top speed. Fieldsports Channel. It's a YouTube channel run by media professionals producing high quality TV for the world's hunters, shooters and fishers. Our films are used by TV networks all over the world and watched by millions online. Since 2009, our weekly show has become a trusted hunting and shooting platform for viewers and brands alike. Our likeable, capable on-screen stars have educated and entertained. We want to continue doing this, but bigger, better and stronger, and that means you. The way we make money is by brand advertising. That limits us to certain projects. We don't get backing for falconry films, ferreting, or even some target shooting events. And we are not sponsored to tell stories that highlight the people, groups and politicians who want to stop us from hunting, shooting and fishing. It's not all doom and gloom, because we have been a free, loud and proud platform for field sports for nearly a decade. We have a big online presence. We reach a viewership of more than 8 million. Positive promotion of hunting has been the best form of defence. The hunting and shooting organisations are doing an incredible job arguing against them, especially in print, TV and radio. But the internet remains a problem. And that needs you and us. And 2018 is where it starts. So what's the plan? Well, we're going to fund this initiative by selling shares in our company, Fieldsports Channel, to you, the viewers. By backing us, we can educate and promote our sports, lifestyles and culture across the world. With your support, we can react to fake news online and an inflammatory, ill-informed media wherever it emerges. You will get a real stake in the company and a say in what films we make. You'll also get club kit and merchandise, plus we'll hold stakeholder events at game fairs and gun shows to hear what you have to say. However, we will continue to act as a business, as we want all of us to see a return on our investment. The opportunities are truly global. You might like our flagship show Fieldsports Britain but think we should be making Fieldsports Australia or Fieldsports France. Maybe you're worried about the release of wolves or other large predators as part of a local rewilding project. Perhaps you're concerned about the world's lack of connection with its countryside. The issues can be localised or national, but we can be a first line of defence. We already do as much of this as we can afford. With your help, we will be able to do much, much more. Buying shares could not be easier. We are not paying hundreds of thousands of pounds, euros or dollars to consultants in this share offer. We are only paying our solicitor and PayPal. Go to fieldsportschannel.tv/shares and have a look. If you want more info, contact me by email on charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv or give me a ring. Or come and see me on the Fieldsports Channel stand at the British Shooting Show this weekend. Now from the NEC in Birmingham to the wider world of hunting and shooting on YouTube, it is Hunting YouTube.
This is Hunting YouTube, which aims to show the best hunting and shooting videos that YouTube has to offer. This film deserves to go viral. Thanks to viewer Michael Hurtado for sending it in. Northern Territory boys from the Hunting NT channel are shooting buffalo. There's a near-death experience for one of them called Langer when a buffalo charges him. The other solves the problem. Howie Halliday from New Zealand sends me his latest Spaniels hunting rabbits. It's how he celebrates Waitangi or New Zealand Day. Back in the UK, the wonderful Magic Safari Lodges has put up this film showing morning and afternoon stalks on our favourite Arden American estate in Scotland. It is late November and Magic's Laurent Huard is out with West Highland hunting. Yeti Cooler's YouTube channel has been edging closer and closer to the world of hunting and shooting. Now they have run screaming at us with a prettily made film called A Hunt. In it, Alaska guide Cole Kramer goes after blue sheep in Nepal. Staying at altitude, more loveliness from Guy Eastman and Brian Martin, who are in Tajikistan after a world record Marco Polo ram. They are 16,500 feet up in the Pamir Steppe, what I heard one sporting agent call sheep freaks. At the other end of his hunting career, Kendall Gray is 17 years old, massively watched on YouTube and even inspires a fan group called Gray Gang. Based in Kentucky, the channel's rise began after a video he posted called A Trapper's Worst Nightmare went viral. In this film, called Coyote Hunting, he isn't even coyote hunting, but it's amazingly popular. Mario Martinez makes this film about a red deer and mouflon Monteria at La Urraca estate, half an hour from Malaga in southern Spain. It's a half-hour programme and the action gets going about 10 minutes in. And finally, one of the UK's top reloading supplies companies has come up with a lovely, easy way for people to get into reloading. The Reloading with Rosie series stars Rosie Jones and introduces the world of reloading. Thanks Edgar Brothers for stamping up for it. That's it for this week. I have put all these films into a playlist for you. Click on the I symbol top right or check this film's description. If you have a YouTube film you would like us to pop into the weekly top 8, email me the link, charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv.
Well, that's it for this week. If you want to know more about the share offer, don't forget to visit our website and also go there to subscribe to us on YouTube, to follow us on Facebook and to like us on Twitter, or the other way around. Or best of all, pop your email address into our constant contact form on our register page and we'll contact you about this show, Fieldsports Britain. It's out 7 PM UK time every Wednesday, and this has been Fieldsports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.